In this video, I'll show you how to input logic symbols, like symbols that you would see in a logic course, into Microsoft Word 365. The place to start would be to fire up Microsoft Word and then open the equation editor. You can simply type Alt equals and that will open up an equation which you can type in here. So you could write 2 + 2 = 4 and hit enter. Alternatively, if you click Insert at the top here and then click Equation, it'll open up an equation box where you can again type 2 + 2 = 4, the equation that you want. But what we want to look at here is how specifically to put in logic symbols that you'd find in a propositional or predicate or modal logic course. So there are a couple different methods for actually inputting the equations once we have the equation box open. The first one that I'll show you is how to ink the equation. So we'll open up the equation box again using either Alt equals or clicking on equation, and then we'll click ink equation in the upper left hand corner. Now we can simply write in our equation that we want, and we'll use whatever symbols that are found as a part of our logic class or the logic that we're doing. And so here we have P and Q there, and maybe we'll use a right arrow and we'll put parentheses around the whole thing, and we want Z. Okay, so this looks great. We want to insert that, so we'll go ahead and insert, and we have our P and Q then Z. The second method I want to look at is to just kind of click in your equation. We'll open up our equation box, and instead of inking it in, we'll just look through the symbols and peck them in. And so we might write P, and then we want to use a symbol for part of our logic. And so you'll have to kind of search around for them. Here we have basic math, but we can also look through Greek, and we have operators here. So let's look at the operators. In looking around, we see that there are a couple different ones. We have some binary operators, and you'll just have to kind of look to see which symbol that you need. And here is the AND symbol. So we have the AND that we wanted to use, P and Q. And doing this, we can input our logical symbols. The last method that I want to look at is to actually write in your equation or the symbols that you need using a LaTeX command. So the idea here is once you open up the equation box, you have the various symbols that you need, the symbols for negation or conjunction, material implication, and so on. All the symbols that you might need in your logical language. And corresponding to each one of those symbols is a LaTeX command. So if we wanted to produce this negation symbol, we would write /neg in the equation box. Or if we wanted to produce conjunction, we would write /wedge. And so the idea is that for each symbol, there's a corresponding command that will produce that symbol. So let's look at an example. Let's go down here, open up the equation box using Alt equals again, and we'll write an equation that you might see in logic. So let's say we have open parentheses, and then we'll write /exists. So this will produce the existential quantifier, the backward E. We'll write X, and then we'll write PX, and we want to put another symbol in. We'll use the right arrow this time. And so we'll write /right arrow. So we'll write /right arrow, and let's put negation. So we'll write /neg, and then we'll put QX and have a close parentheses. Now when we hit enter, it will produce the symbols that we need or produce the equation that we need. So we'll go ahead and hit enter, and there's our equation. We have the backwards E, the right arrow, and the sign for negation. I think this is the simplest, or if you're writing a lot of equations, this is the easiest way, because once you learn the commands, then it just is a matter of typing rather than having to write out each of the equations or to peck through the windows and find each specific symbol that you need. Okay, hopefully this was helpful. I will post the LaTeX commands in the description below in case you need it, but in addition, you can always look these up. They're available online, or you could pause the video here and kind of write down these symbols.